of different clips here, so hopefully it all works out. Hopefully Windows Movie Maker doesn't explode, because Lord knows it likes to. Anyway, we have a battle against Andrew. He's gonna get out with a champ. I get out with Celebi. I'm gonna go for Stealth Rocks. Because, yeah, we've been over this. That's what Leader Celebi does. He's gonna go for a Dynamic Punch because he wants to confuse me, and because that's a good starting play, I suppose. He knew he'd take whatever Celebi wanted to go for, unless I was like Specs with Psychic. Now here, because he's gone Dynamic Punch, I know he's going to go for a Payback. All my champs carried Payback back in the day, so I was fairly certain he wasn't going to go for it again, so I could go in a Heat-Chan, and then I can explode, and then no more Machamp for you, and I'll be like, yeah, that was the game plan anyway. And, well, yeah, so he's actually going to switch out, and he was actually going to switch into a Camerupt, but, yeah. Now, we did try and have a battle before this. I think it was a couple of days before we had this one. And his Wi-Fi is just being odd. Like, I think Nick's Wi-Fi did the same thing fucking yonks ago. Like, every sort of 20 minutes, it will just click, like, blip. And it will disconnect you. But you're still connected to Wi-Fi, you can still do all this crap, it just blips. Every 20 minutes or so. But, like I say, that was only 2 turns in, no worries on that, so we're thinking, right, okay, you know, we're going to have to play pretty quickly, we're going to have to, you know, move pretty fast, and I completely forgot where he was meant to show up, so I stood there like a retard for about 4 minutes, and I was like, oh shit! So yeah, not really moving quickly, but there's a game plan. So, yeah, this technically is the last battle I had in 4th gen, because I did battle Xerxes twice before this. However, Xerxes is the last, or the single match against Xerxes is last for a particular reason. But Andrew's awesome. All the Canadians at TPX are amazing. Alright? It's just a fact. So yeah, we're just going to replay the first 2 moves because why not? You know, if anything, that was a pretty good time to DC. He does, I think that's a little bit more damage on Dynamic Punch, but I'm not exactly going to throw a hissy fit and run and try again, am I? That's a bit beneath me. Ugh, sounding cocky again. Smug. Ugh. Maybe I should replace my licky, like, little picture with a Digger's Bee. Maybe that suits me better after that fucking Cooper miserable failure at the end of the battle. Anyway, yeah, he's going to Camerupt, and I'm going to blow up. Because, again, this is my last battle. I intend for it to be my last battle, although Kote is now telling me, oh, you might actually be in the tourney. I'm like, what? I didn't intend for that. Whatever, Xerxes' battle's gonna be the last one, so yeah, that's a thing. But I might have tourney battles. We'll see. You'll know by the next battle that shows up. I lost my train of thought on that one. So yeah, I blew up, and now I'm gonna go into Ambipom because if he goes back into Machamp like I figured he would, well, now I can fake out and stuff, and that's pretty good. And like say, it's kind of there. I have no real problems with it, and yeah. He has a Dave of his own, and I'm like, holy mother of God, it's gonna be Dave on Dave action, except his Dave is Dave's evil cousin, except he's got a really awesome Drifblim set. He really does. It's fucking sick. Anyway, I'm gonna go for a U-turn to get a bit more damage on him, and you'll see that U-turn kinda did a fairly piddly amount, and that is the secret to Andrew's Drifblim. Now, I'm going to go into Celebi. He goes with a Hidden Power Fighting, which I actually wasn't quite expecting, but I suppose it kind of makes sense with Ghost, whatever. I prefer flying myself, but that's me. You know what I'm like. Hidden Power Flying on Dave is beast. Anyway, I figure I can go for a Sucker Punch here, because why not? And I don't really want to nom a Shadow Ball, and I figure from, you know, while the U-turn didn't do much, I suppose I think Ghost resists it and Flying resists it, so I don't really know. But I go for a Sucker Punch, he goes into Clefable, and I'm like, shit, I fucking hate Clefable. God damn you, Clefable. You haunt me across every generation. Anyway, I go for a U-turn, and it hits like a train made out of angry panthers. And I'm thinking, that's pretty good. I also spot this as a fantastic opportunity to go into Licky. And he's going to go for a Toxic. Again, that's not too bad, because, you know, I fully intend to blow up. However, I'm not going to blow up just yet, because Wish Protect Clefable, and there it is. And suddenly this has turned into mind games. It's sort of like, when am I going to explode? I don't know when I'm going to explode. Well, I do a little bit, but I don't know. I might not explode. I might switch out, and whoa, So now it's mind games time with Licky and Clefable, because I am gonna blow up on this fucking Clefable. It's the last thing I bloody do. But not right now. I'm not quite going in for that one, because I know he's gonna want to keep it around. So I know that since I can bluff the explosion, I can use it to get some switch initiative and scarp her out. However, he's going to predict that, go for the wish. And I'm like, "Oh, you bastard. You bastard. You played me there, son. You played me there." So I've got nothing better to do than go for a seed bomb. I mean, if he toxics me, then fine. He can S-toss me, whatever. So he's going to go back into Evil Dave. And he's going to nom a lot more stealth rocks. I go for a seed bomb, and it gets mightily close to killing him. And I'm like, Jesus, Celebi. That's a resisted hit. But then Clefable wish. And he ends up about the same place before stealth rocks happened. So, yeah, good for him. But again, I'm still thinking, alright, I got a super effective sucker punch. and gonna kick that crap out of him, and it's going to be grand. It's going to be hype. However, he's a bit cleverer than that. He has got a Resto Chesto Driftblim. But it gets better. Or does it get better? Andrew, as it turns out, is a bit of a genius, you see. Because not only is it Resto Chesto, which I suppose might be used on an Unburdened set, if that's what you're after, he is Resto Chesto Recycle Driftblim. And I'm like, oh my god! What have you done? That's horrible! So suddenly, it's like, I don't feel as confident as I did. This isn't a thing anymore. This isn't a thing I wish to partake in. This is bad. So, I'm looking around, I'm thinking, Ambipom, no, because Ambipom's going to get outsped. I pretty much need to go Sucker Punch, and then hope that maybe he's like max HP, max defense, and then Dave can come in and kill his evil clone. And I go Sucker Punch, and to his credit, his Driftblim lives it. And he's actually got pretty cool set. He's got friggin' Ominous Wind. His whole idea revolves around you can just get an Ominous Wind, maybe get a couple of boosts, and then just Resto Chesto, just keep on revolving that, and then you don't die ever. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. But the only way I can do it is if I go into Dave and I outspeed him, because nothing's outspeeding fucking Driftblim now. Alright, I just had to do a cheeky cut because Windows Movie Maker crashed. I'm gonna keep going. I'm not restarting this duration. No! Anyway, as I said, I have to go into Dave and hope that Dave outspeeds Evil Driftblim, and he does. Do you want to know why? Because when you Resto Chesto and then recycle the Chesto, it deactivates Unburdened. I'm like, what? I never knew. He never knew. Neither of us knew that was a thing that could happen. But it did. And then it is. But like, fuck's sake. So yeah, that was rough. But yeah, Windows Movie Maker just crashed. I didn't notice. I carried on talking for another minute. I was like, shit. Oh my god. I'm so oblivious. But yeah, so I guess the way that works is it's like, you have to eat something to activate Unburdened, but then why would it get deactivated if you have a berry again? I don't understand that at all. Like, if it's that means it functions like acrobatics, but kind of worse. It's like, that's just bizarre to me. But that's how it works. So Dave outsped really quite comfortably, and I was like, fuck me, that's amazing. But yeah, so begins the biggest bodge job in fucking Pokemon Battle history, because we know we're on a fucking timer. Like, we've got about 20 minutes to get as far as possible before it DCs again. So we were talking in the chat, we were thinking all this crap through, and we're just like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We are just gonna go as hard as fucking possible. But actually, it might be the next time it DCs, I can't quite remember. Actually, no, it will be this time. We go as hard as possible, we try and figure out the ways that we can get to the same point, you know, with skipping out some of the, you know, crap that wasn't necessary. So we just basically, we have to try and gut our own battle to find the bits that were pointless and shuffle along from there. It's got to be the most fun I've ever had with Wi-Fi being shit. Like, honest to God, it was amazing. Like, you know, it took us, like, I think a good hour and a half of just sort of trying to bodge and think our way through how to get back to the same point each time it DC'd. Oh, man. So, yeah, same dealio again. You know, he's going to, Dynamic Punch my Celebi. However, this time he doesn't need to pay back because I'm going to explode and kill ourselves anyway. So, Heatran is going to kill Camerupt. That's grand. That's fan-dabby-dozy. I believe after the explosion, what we're going to do is to strip out an extra bit, because I know I go into Ambipom, he goes into Machamp, and then I go Fake Out as he goes into Dave. What we're actually going to do is we're going to go straight to Licky and Clefable, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to Ice Beam, a bit, till he can, Toxic my Licky, and then I believe we double switch, and I go to Celebi as he goes to Drifblim, and I go for a Sucker Punch, and yeah, basically we're just trying to figure out the quickest way to get there. So anyway, he misses his Toxic there. That was a bit of a pisser. It just means I get a bit more Ice Beam damage on him that wasn't there originally, which is a bit of a bastard. But we're kind of we're doing the best we can, We've got time constraints. It's pretty much like 6th gen, but really forced. That's the best way to look at it. So yeah, we're desperately trying to sort of motor on. We got the Toxic on me now. I believe he goes for a Protect here, so he can get a bit of lefties gain, and I take a bit more Toxic damage. Or no, we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch. I think we're gonna switch. Yeah, we're gonna double switch. He's gonna go into Drifblim, and I'm gonna go into Celebi. Oh wait, no, I know what happens. Right, I don't go Sucker Punch because we know that from max HP, or from that HP, it's gonna kill him. So what I do is I go Stealth Rocks until he kills me with Ominous Wind, and then what he's going to do is he's going to go Recycle as I bring in Dave, and then I'm going to kill him, and then we're straight back to the same point, stripping out some of the bullshit with Ambipom, and we're there. And that's grand. Like, we had to do this a few times. We just had to try and bodge our way through it. And like I say, with Wi-Fi DCing and all this crap, it's the most fun I fucking had. It was brilliant, and I enjoyed it immensely. Like, usually when Wi-Fi DCs is like, oh, but when this is sort of like you've got something to work with, because it's not random, it just seems to be kind of happening at fixed points. It's very odd. But it was a lot of fun. To be fair, this battle deserved to be the last battle I had. Like, it really does. It was fantastic. I enjoyed every moment of doing this. Like, it was frustrating, and there was elation, and there was predictions everywhere. It was brilliant. I adored it. Oh, man. Anyway, I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to go into Ambipom. I was predicting the payback, and I knew I could take one and then go for a Fake Out. However, he makes the better play and goes for a Stone Edge, and ooh, I'm surprised Ambipom took that as well as he did. I really am. However, I think we see after another DC that was, like, proper min damage, because I think he does another one and he gets, like, 70. So, yeah. I'm still surprised Ambipom took it, to be honest. I don't know what item his Machamp had, but yeah, I think if he had, like, a sort of muscle band or something, that probably would have killed. Anyway, he's going to stay in and eat a Fake Out, and I'm pretty cool with that. However, I know now he's going to go for a Bullet Punch, so I'm going to go into Mr. fucking Bean. Yeah! And I'm thinking, alright, Mr. Bean, it's your last Wi-Fi battle. It's time for you to shine. It's time for you to show the world. And I go for a bounce. And he goes Dynamic Punch. I'm like, oh shit, no, wait, oh fuck. I completely forgot about No Guard. And I'm just like, I'm so stupid. How can I do that? Mr. Bean was in, man. He was in. It was ready. Oh, I wish I'd gone EQ. But he's going to go Clefable, but Mr. Bean's not dead. I can still predict the Wish or the Protect and go for the DD to get a bit of extra EQ damage on the Clefable. So I go for the DD, and he fucking predicts that and goes for the Seismic Toss. I'm like, shit! That wasn't even Mr. Bean's fault. It really wasn't. That was me. That was pure me. I can't believe I forgot about No Guard. Oh, I'm such a pleb. It was so funny, though. It was classic Bean. It really was. It's just like, he's there, he's in, he's ready to... Oh, dear. Oh, God, that was good fun. It was so funny with playing. It's just like, wow, I feel like such a twat right now. I can't believe I just did that. Anyway, I'm going to go to Licky, and we're going to, do a bit more mind games. We're gonna start going in for a bit more of this. And, again, I'm predicting the Protect. I know it's coming. I'm not falling for that crap, so I'm going to go EQ. Because I know that, well, I don't know, but he says his Drifblim is gone, so I feel a bit safer going for the EQ. than I did before. However, now that I've done that, I'm sort of thinking, oh, you know, he might have another ghosty, he might have something, he might levitate over the EQ, he might not have something that will take Ice Beam. I'm gonna go for the Fire Blast. And I fucking nailed it. And I was like, holy shit, I can't believe I just made that play. And I nailed the Mamoswine, but it's not going down! Ah! And so it DCs again! And I'm like, no, I just made, like, the best play ever. I can't believe that's a thing that just happened. No! So I'm like, shit. And after that, we were disappointed. We were like, damn it, man. We got there, it was looking good, and that happens. And that was just dreadful. It was like, where do we go from here? Okay, I'm gonna make another quick cut. It's like Windows Movie Maker is freaking the fuck out. Anyway, I had an amazing epiphany. Like, since we lost 2 guys, I figured we'd drop the 2 of them, and then what I do, start with Ambipom, go for a fake out, get the fake out damage on my champ nice and early. Then he'd go for a Stone Edge to get the damage on me, and I'd go for another fake out just to get that done. And then, barring the fact that, well, hoping it doesn't crit, however, I fucking called it instantly, and he gets an immediate crit, and I'm like, for fuck's sake, are you serious? Are you serious? God damn it. So, I just run, and we just start again. It's like, well, at least it was an early crit, we can compensate for that, it's okay. So after he started my Ambipom, what I'll do is I'll switch into Celebi, as he goes Bullet Punch. And then I can set up Stealth Rocks, and he can go for a payback, and then if it doesn't kill, then he can go for another Stealth Rocks, and that's fine. It's done, it's cool, we're grand. And then, because I dropped Heatran and Mr. Beam because they both died, and he dropped his Evil Dave and Camerupt, we're about, I can go, and then we both, or I go into Ambipom, and then switch into Licky as he switches from his Machamp into Clefable. We'll do the Toxic Rigmarole again, and then he'll protect to get a bit more lefties. I'll get a bit more toxic damage, and then he's going to make the switch into Mamoswine as I go for the Fire Blast. Hopefully it hits, and then we're back where we were, and we get to see how much damage the Life Orb Fire Blast would have done to the Mamoswine. That was it. So while we're waiting for that to happen, I will say, like, this match was good enough to be the last match that I ever have in 4th gen, although, judging from the way, sort of, like, I've seen Nick talking about, you know, trying to rig up something, like some sort of Wi-Fi substitute. I know I touched on it in some sort of random showdown video long ago, and I kind of hope it happens, but, like, if it doesn't, if Nintendo are like, no, you can't substitute for our shitty servers, blah, then this would be worthy of my last battle. I would be perfectly happy with this. It was so much fun. Like, even doing this is fun. Like, my Windows Movie Maker's just flailing its arm around like, I don't know what to do! I can't comprehend the amount of cuts and speed up and slow down you've got in your fucking video. It's just like, get on with it! Fucking Windows Movie Maker. Why are you so bad? Oh, God. Anyway, he gets a Toxic first time this time, but I get a crit. And we're like, you know what, fuck it, it'll do. It'll do. We're on time constraints, it'll do. We're gonna power on. I've also noticed there's 2 more cuts. DC's again. There's just nothing we can do here. It's ridiculous. There's 2 more cuts, I've just noticed. I get the distinct feeling I'm gonna have to do another one. Or another, well, no, I'll only do 1 more. I'll only do 1 more, because I know I only need 1 more. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to try and time this well, because I'm gonna be like, when it gets to the cut, I'm gonna go, oh, and then I'll be cool, and it'll be great. You won't notice a thing. I wonder if Movie Maker will even save this. I have my major doubts. I don't know if it can hold itself together for that long. Technology. Why are you so bad? Why can't I be like my dad? You can just look at things and they start working. Anyway, so, 3rd time's the charm. We do get there at the end. Like, we were about ready to give up. We're like, 1 more time. We can do this. Wi-Fi will not beat us today. This is going to be my last battle and it's going to be fucking good. It will not stop me. Wi-Fi. Again, this is just amazing fun. It's just... It's really difficult to explain why it's amazing fun, but to me this just is, like, just sort of having to try and bodge your way through it and try and figure out the quickest route to get back to where you were. I don't know, it just added an entire new thing. It's like playing an entire different game within a game. It's just like, oh, it's just really dumb, but really good. I don't understand. You might have been wondering there, why didn't he go payback first, so that it only took 2 turns? I was kind of worried that we had another crit fiasco, and I just didn't want to deal with it. I was like, I'll take the extra turn and the extra, like, 15 seconds of Wi-Fi tapping its watch, going, come on, lads, I've got shit to do. I've got to fuck other people over. So I would take that just to avoid another crit. Because even if he gets a bullet punch crit, it doesn't matter. In fact, if he gets a bullet punch crit, payback kills me. So that's fine. That's cool. There he does make the good play, goes for the bullet punch, and then I have to plug in the fucking... the charging cable. It's all gone wrong, but we're holding it together. We can do this. So now going to Ambi-Bomb, and then we're going to switch out. We're going to do the licky thing again. We will get there. This is the last DC. Like, this is the final thing. Like, this is it. There's no more DCs. This is just going hard. We're going to get there, and it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be fantastical. We also managed to avoid the Ice Beam crit, which I guess is a thing. I mean, we didn't really care. It's mainly if I get a freeze. If I get a freeze, then that's a restart. Unless I go Fire Blast, then he wishes, but then, no. Really? No. So there's the Protect, and that's okay. It's alright, and now I'm going to go Fire Blast, and we're going to finally see how much this would have done to the Vamaswine. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I've had a slight epiphany. What I might do is I might, when I get to the cut, I might just pause it really quickly so that hopefully it doesn't spaz out, because that's what it did. Like, it got stuck on a frame, like a random frame, I don't know. But whatever. We're going to power on. So I go to the Fire Blast. It's going down. It's looking pretty good. Oh, and it doesn't kill him. And I'm like, oh shit. This has blown the entire match wide open. All of those DCs might have been completely pointless. My only hope is that, what? I have a plan. I can go into Dave. And if I go into Dave, he can't go Ice Shard or Stone Edge. Or Avalanche. I don't know what these fucking Mammoth carry. That was it. If he goes EQ, I'm in. I'm golden. I can do this. It's there. Hopefully. And I switch out, and he goes EQ. And I'm like, oh, it's not over yet. There's still hope. So, this turn, I know I can kill him with a Shadow Ball. That's fine. That's grand. And I'm going to go... he's going to go for an Ice Shard. And holy shit, it kicks the crap out of Dave. I'm convinced if he was Life Orb, he'd fucking win the game. It would have been pretty rough, because it would have killed Dave. And he could go into Machamp, and Ambi-Bomb can't kill it. He's got Bullet Punch, and he's going to be quicker than Licky, but he's lefties. So Dave still lives to fight another day. But he's still got Machamp. He's going to go into Machamp. And I completely expect the Bullet Punch, but I've nowhere else to go. Dave just has to flat out live the Bullet Punch, and I was so sure that it would kill. So sure. Just looking at what it did to Celebi, like it did about 40 points, Dave is just that much weaker. So I was like, he's going to go Bullet Punch, and I don't know if Dave's going to live it. So I explode, and he didn't go Bullet Punch, and he was like, I didn't think it would kill. Like, what? I really did think it would kill, but he didn't go for it. There's still hope. Dave has just given me a lifeline by being Dave. And I'm like, I love you, Dave. You're amazing. So I'm going to have to go into Ambi-Bomb. And he goes into Claymore. I'm like, shit, I was really hoping you'd go into your last and it would be awesome. But he didn't. So I have to go into Ambi-Bomb. I'm going to predict the Protect. And then I'm going to go into Licky. And here it is. Like, mind games just everywhere. I know he's going to go Protect first turn. I know that. Or do I? Exactly. So here it is. And here comes the cut as well. This is really suckish because I want to explain what I do. If I go EQ, I'm just going to try and balls it. I'm just going to try it. If I go EQ and he goes Seismic Toss, I lose. If I go Ice Beam and he goes Seismic Toss or anything, I lose. If I go Explosion and he doesn't Protect, then I win. In theory, depending on his last. Oh no, it's still doing it. It's still doing it. And there you go. He goes Seismic Toss. It didn't crap out. I don't have to restart. Awesome. So he goes Seismic Toss. And what move did I pick? What move did I go for? In my ballsiest thing ever? Oh yes! the most epic, amazing prediction I've ever made and ever will make in this game. Like, that's it. That's the pinnacle. It's like there were tons of different things that could have happened, tons of different ways that I could have figured out. But I went for the bold and ballsy, and I fucking pulled it off. And I was like, Licky, you are just the best thing. Like, that's it. It's done. There is no more. There's nothing left. It's Licky. Licky has just pulled me through this series of 4th gen. That's it. After that, I didn't care. I didn't care what his last was. It could have been like a Rhyperia, and I could have been raped. I didn't care. So whatever. There you go. And it didn't grab out again. Oh, thank God. So I've got Ambipom. I was really hoping I died a life orb and I could still get my draw with my triple explosion, but Ambipom lives on 8. What a dick, right? Ah. But that was so much fun. So great fucking game, Andrew. It was a journey. It was a fucking journey to get to this point, but we made it there, and it was so good. It was amazing, and I loved it, and I adored it, and I would do it all over again. That was just so much fun. You know, even when 4th gen Wi-Fi is being 4th gen Wi-Fi, you could just still have ludicrous amounts of fun. So, great fucking game, Andrew. This deserved to be last, but Xerxes' battle is last for a bit more of a personal reason, but there you go. So, I hope you all enjoyed this radical journey of trying to sort of botch Wi-Fi. And I will see you guys for a roulette against Xerxes. See you in a bit. Peace.